Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Ekam Sankhyam cha Yogam cha Yap Pashyati Sapashyati. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, both these things are the same. Whether we are following the path of knowledge, Sankhya, or we are following the path of yoga. But depends on what we define as yoga. Normally, the whole world talks about yoga as yoga ha chitta vritti nirodha, and they stop there. But there is a subsequent sutra which tells tada drashtuhu sarupe avasthanam. Then it is a yoga. As we know, the words go in pairs. Yada yada hi dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyam. So when it is said tada drashtuhu sarupe avasthanam, so earlier sutra must be prefixed with yada. So when our mind has stopped creating thoughts, but it has not gone to sleep, but the mind is dissolved in consciousness, then it is yoga. But normally, what is yoga? Yoga is twisting the body. But actually, it should be straightening the mind. That we fail. And therefore, we have to have both of them practiced together. And therefore, as here you are all studying Vedanta, so everything needs to be practiced in life. For example, if you are chanting Purusha Sukta regularly, then you don't require any book. You can just start like an MP3, cut, Om Sahasra Shersha Purusha. No thinking is required. But don't chant for 1 month or 2 months. And then you will get messed up. Exactly the same way. When we are practicing knowledge, how the knowledge can be practiced? Is it only chanting every day? Urdhva moolam adashakam, thoda aur dena. Urdhva moolam adashakam ashwatham prahuravyam. Is that practice of knowledge? And therefore, let us try to understand what is the meaning of practice of knowledge. In Yoga Vasishta, as well as the Panchadashi, this thought comes. Tat chintanam, tat kathanam, anyonyam tat prabodhanam, etat ekaparatvam cha brahmabhyasam vidu buddha. Wise people say, this is the only theme of our mind, of our life, the truth. And therefore, when we study scriptures, what happens is our vision undergoes change. And our focal length is different from the focal length of average people. See? What we call as intuitive understanding. Now the change in the vision, what we should understand, I'll give an example. And with this change, whole perceptions change and life changes. So once I was standing opposite Shivananda Ashram on the ghat and enjoying the evening. But wherever I go, there will be people asking me questions. I don't know why they ask me questions. Maybe I am a questionable personality. And they are doubtfuls, full of doubts. And any question they ask, there is no reference, nothing. One example I'll give you. In AMA, Ahmedabad, I gave a talk for about 1.5 hours on time management. All the necktie-dhari, all big people were there. After my talk was over, then they will be sending the question on a slip. So the person who was conducting question came to him and he put it in his pocket. I said, come on, give it to me. He said, no, Swami, it's a rubbish question. I said, you have nobody to decide. You are just a postman. Give it to me. He gave it to me. And the question was, Swamiji, why your beard is white and hair are black? You could laugh, I could not. That is the most painful experience for me. So, I said, I'll ask you certain questions, you reply in your mind. If you are gone for a walk, and suppose a cobbler is sitting by the roadside, and when you go, where the cobbler's attention will go? On your face or on your shoes? If you happen to meet a tailor, where his attention will go? How is the perfect fit of the clothes, isn't it? Similarly, when you go to a barber, so the one who asked this question belongs to that category. By mistake, he has come for the time management conference. See, questions must have a proper reference. See? So when I was standing opposite Shivananda ashram, looking at Gangaji, one person, Swamiji, what are you seeing? No, what can you reply? So I am the follower of Dakshinamurti. Maunam Vyakhya Prakritha Para Brahma Tattvam Yuvanam. He said, please tell. I said, the same thing what you are seeing. No, please tell me. I said, okay, I am seeing Ganges. I am seeing the trees. I am seeing you. I said, now you tell. He said, same thing I am seeing. Then I told him, I am seeing something more. Can you see that? He said, what is that? I said, now look at the Ganges. Be attentive. There are two movements of waters. One movement is unidirectional, starting from Gomukh up to Ganga Sagar. It's a unidirectional movement. And in that moving waters, there are whirlpools. And there, the movement of the water is centripetal. It is not unidirectional. And if something is flowing in that river's natural flow, let it be a stick, a wood, or an animal, or anybody, when it is flowing, it comes across without any logic and reason some whirlpool. And then what will happen? It will be pulled because of the centrifugal force, centripetal force. And what will happen? It will be drowned. It will suffer. And after some time, again for no reason, it will be thrown out of the whirlpool. Again the journey will continue. Again another whirlpool will come. Again it will be drowned. Again suffer. And after some time, again thrown out, continues. This is the message of Gangaji. Have you seen that? He said, what is this? I can't understand. I said, our life is like this. Unidirectional flow of life is from the womb to the tomb. You can't go back. And in between, there are these whirlpools of body identification. Then we are pulled down in body identification. And thereafter, the samsara begins. And what is samsara? Non-stop suffering. And we get tired of the suffering. Then again we eject ourselves out of this whirlpool of body identification. Next step, we go to sleep. See? So what is sleep? Again the life continues. But again another whirlpool comes. Again we get identified with the body. Again pulled down. And again somebody is born. Again after suffering for some time, we go to sleep. That is why those people who go to sleep, they are next to God. In one of my talks, two persons were sitting right in the front. One was the descendant of Kumbhakarna, and other was a manufacturer of Dunlop pillows. So the Kumbhakarna, the moment my talk started, in no time, he dozed off. So this Dunlop pillow wanted to move. But he was a born Kumbhakarna. Put his hand, pulled the pillow. And after my talk was over, he was the first person to get up and tell, Swamiji, you are awesome. Then he went. I said, thank you. Very few people understand his ego. He went. Then the Dunlop kid, Swamiji, you saw him sleeping. Why didn't you wake him up? I said, look here, be cool first of all. Tell me what for you have come for satsang? For becoming miserable or for discovering happiness? I came for happiness, but I said, look here, he got happiness. You are still suffering. Friends, do not seek happiness in life. Then express happiness in life. This is the practice we have to do. Somebody does a mistake. I learned it from this. For me, all of you are my gurus. From everyone, you have to learn something. The day you take this as your spiritual practice, like Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahansa used to say, never take a position of a guru. Remain a seeker throughout your life. Then what happens? You are totally irresponsible. Only irresponsible people are happy. Responsible people are miserable. Therefore, once we take this position, we have to learn from everything. And this is how you practice knowledge. There are two types of people who ask questions. Kids and elderly people, old people. Children have an inquiry to know the truth. Old people have complain about everything. They don't have questions, they have got complaints. See? And therefore, one child asked this question. See how beautiful the question is. He says, Swamiji, you said God is in our heart. I said, yes. But we are also in our heart. I said, yes. Then two in one? I said, yes. Oh, very good. I said, why very good? Now I'll give you a blow. And I'll tell you, it's not me. God gave you a blow. I said, you must be a follower of Duryodhana. Janami dharmam nachame pravrutti, janami adharmam nachame nivrutti, kenapi devena hridisthitena yatha niyuktosmi tatha karomi. Then, when he asked this question, I said, hey, your question is extremely intelligent. Nobody even asked this question. So I gave him a wonderful flat bar of chocolate. The moment I gave him, he saw his eyes were brightened. Thank you, Swamiji. And put it in the. I said, now eat. He said, no, I won't eat. He said, return back. Yeah, I won't return back. What will you do? He said, I'll give it to my sister. Then I told him, you will give to your sister. She will eat. What will you get? Poor boy became nonplussed. What to tell, what to do, started biting his nail, and it struck him. He asked me, Swamiji, do you have a sister? I said, no. Then you will not understand. He has replied, what he replied? When I eat something, when I get something, I am happy. But when I share something, when I give something, I am divine. This is practice of knowledge. See? And therefore, another example I'll tell you. One of my old friend in Delhi, he is a retired brigadier, must be about 80 not out. And he came to meet me on the airport, daytime. And he said, Swamiji, I could not come at night, therefore I came here, daytime, driving is possible. And he came and with a big hug, he said, Swamiji, good news. I said, don't tell, getting married again. He said, no, I have given up my smoking. I said, wow. I said, now I listen to you, now you listen to me. Answer my question. How many years you are smoking? He said, I have been smoking for 60 years, 60. From the age of 15, 16 I started. Now I am approaching 80. Every day, at least a packet or two. But now I have given up smoking. I said, now my question is, you have been smoking for so many years, you did get happiness. Though you have given up smoking, you did get happiness. Tell me, between these two kinds of happiness, says, which is superior for you? Of course, I have given up. Tyage naike amritatva manashu. Friends, this is the practice of knowledge. And this is called as sadhana panchakam. Sadhana panchakam is not Vedo Nityam Adhiyatam, that is Bhagwan Shankaracharya's. The sadhana panchakam of Bhagwan Sri Krishna. See, yoga, Bhagwan Sri Krishna. Knowledge of Bhagwan Sri Krishna. See? So what is Bhagwan Sri Krishna's sadhana panchakam? We all know the essence of Vedas is Upanishads. The essence of Upanishads is Bhagavad Gita. The essence of Bhagavad Gita is 15th chapter. Iti guyyatamam shastram idamuktam maya naga etad buddhva buddhiman syat krutokrityasya bharata. There what Bhagavan says, iti guyyatamam shastra. That means there are three shastras. Guyya shastra, guyyatara shastra and guyyatama shastra. This is called a taratamya. Guyya shastra is Satyam vada dharmam chara sadhyaya anma prabadaha acharyaya priyam dhanamavritya prajatantum mayavachesi matrudevo bhava. Guyya shastra. How to conduct yourself in this relative world, taking this world to be real and you to be content of this world. Guyya shastra. Second is guyyatara shastra. Guhyatara Shastra is, if you do good, you will go to heaven. If you do bad, you will go to hell. Upasana Shastra. If you do this japa, you will go to Golok. Go to the lok. See, that is Guhyatara Shastra. And Guhyatama Shastra, focus your attention on yourself. See, three components of our experience. The world, the experience of the world and the experiencer of the world. When the attention is brought to the experiencer of the world, we have entered Guhyatama Shastra. See, so what is 15th chapter Guhyatama Shastra? And in this, Bhagavan has told, like in your Saddarshanam, we were told, as long as there is a notion of I, till then, Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara are real. Isn't it? So what is the foundation of Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara? The notion of I. Yavat aham vritti. Aham dhi. I am. Till then this is real. Now this is what Bhagavan Krishna did in 15th chapter. The essence of the whole scriptures. First he explains what is this world. Urdhva Moola Madashakam, etc. in 2 verses. And then he punctures Na Rupamasseha Tathopalabhyate Nanto Nachadir Nacha Sampradishta. So first he explained the world. You understand, oh, Urdhva Moola Madashakam, and such an elaborate discussion and elaborate thing. That is not important. Important is Na Rupam Asya Iha Labhyate. Iya Vicharakale. When you inquire, is this world real? When you inquire, then only this result will come. See, one small little girl in somebody's house, one of my spiritual practices, I had to go to 365 multiplied by 3 houses in the whole year for taking food. That is my professional hazard. So, after my breakfast was over, That small little girl came and asked me, Swamiji, when this world was created, where from the world begins and where does the world end? So I said, hey sweetie, you're so intelligent. Who asked you to ask me this question? Mummy. Because like, dumb questions are never asked by the children. Those who are frustrated, they ask about the world. Oh, who created? There is a song also in Hindi cinema. दुनिया बनाने वाले काहे को दुनिया बनाई? To punish you. See, friends. Then I told her mother, I said, Mama, why don't you ask me this question? Swamiji, I am afraid of you. I said, look here, I am vegan. Much more superior than the non-vegetarian. Therefore, then I told her, I said, when did you wake up this morning? Oh, Swamiji, I said, tell the truth. Okay, I woke up at 8 o'clock. I said, very good. So your question was when the world was created. The world was created at 8 o'clock. Because in deep sleep, 3 questions. Where are you? When are you? And what are you? So where are you? Nowhere. When are you? Never. What are you? Nobody. See? And the moment we wake up means what? What is waking up? Body identification and nothing else. So this world is real when we are identified with the body. And therefore, na rupamasya tathopalabhyate, nanto na chadi nata sampradishta. Which is the beginning of this world? The question is like, when was the first wave appearing on the ocean? See, friends, be attentive. We are of the nature of knowledge. When we go away from ourselves, we end up in ignorance. Because you are knowledge. Going away from knowledge is ignorance. How deep is the space in front of you? I don't know. How deep is the space above your head? I don't know. Because you are going away from yourself. See, friends. And therefore, when we thus contemplate, we come to know that this world exists in our body identification. Therefore, what should be the spiritual practice? And that is why in the next place, Bhagavan Krishna says, Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha sajnaihi. When these 5 things happen, gachanti amudhaha, we give up the delusion. The dhatu indicating movement is also used for knowledge. Gachanti amudhaha. Then we discard the wrong notions. Friends, Vedanta removes our wrong notions without creating new notions. And therefore, there is no freedom for I. There has to be freedom from I. See? And once this point becomes clear in our understanding, then what is the spiritual practice? First thing, Nirmana moha, the delusion born out of measurements. Mana means measurements. See? We have all measured ourselves. When you write any application form, first is DOB, date of birth. That means before that I was not there. Then space. What is the size? 4 feet tall, 6 feet wide. So space, time. And what is the weight? 1 ton. That is the object. So desha kala vastu, time, space and object. These 3 parameters is me. Nirmana moha. Therefore, what is spiritual practice? First and the most important thing is freedom from body identification. if that is happening, yaya yaya bhavet pumsam pravrutti pratyagatmani, by whatever, if we are able to be self-oriented, presently we are self-centered. If we are self-oriented, then we are on the right track. Therefore, real spiritual practice is freedom from body identification. Now, this we all have heard it million times. But what exactly it means? How to practice this? Should we kill ourselves? See, friends, now the simple rule is Karyanumeya Sudhiyaiva Gamya. In Vivek Chudamani, Bhagwan Shankaracharya writes, what is Maya? Maya is inferred from the effect. Like when we go to the doctor, we tell the doctor the symptoms that we have. And from the symptoms, doctor arrives at the cause. Exactly. If, just play this thing, if I am not body, what will be the experience, what will be the symptoms of not being a body? Now work on this. Chitta vritti nirodha. Because mind cannot think without a reference. And what is our reference? Body identification. Why we don't think in deep sleep? Because not identified with the body. And therefore, we are neither husband nor wife, nor brother, nor father, nor in-law, nor outlaw. None of it. Think. Therefore, the practice of knowledge is this. Technically, it is called as different levels. One is the real self, Mukhyatma. Second is the illusory self, Mithyatma. And third is the secondary self, Gaunatma. Now, out of these three Atme, which is the truth? When we are not identified with any conditioning, we are the real self. When the same I is identified with the body, or with the prana, or with the mind, or with the intellect, the illusory self is born, Mithyatma. And after that, illusory self is born. Then the secondary selves are born. Thereafter, I become mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, and all that. Be attentive. Then who is miserable? Now take an example. I am one man. With reference to my father, I am a son. With reference to my wife, I am a husband. With reference to my son, I am a father. Have I become three? Who is miserable? These three. Now, my father dies. What happens to me, the son? Nothing. Then my wife dies. That is why I create my wife in every lecture and kill her. You can also do that. But you must know the art of killing. See? So when my wife dies, what happens to me, the husband? And when my son dies, what happens to me, the father? Nothing. Because they don't exist anything to happen to them. But whole life is lived by this secondary or the Gaunatma. Friends, all that appears because of some conditioning is an illusion. It's not real. Once one girl came to meet me in Mumbai and she said, Swamiji, my mom has asked me to go to you. I said, okay, come and eat my head. She said, Swami, there is some function in our house. My mother told you should get out of the house, come after the function is over, because in this function, only the married girls are allowed. And you are divorced. So you cannot be in this function. So she came, Swami, you know I am divorced. I said, I know. Now tell me, my question is, after divorce, the girl becomes widow or not? I said, I have studied all the four Vedas. Nowhere this problem is sorted out. When a divorce happens, what happens to the wife and to the husband? Think. Therefore, the simple rule is, whatever appears because of the conditioning, that conditioned expression is an illusion. See? And what is illusion? Illusion is that which demands n number of conditions to be fulfilled. Then only that illusion can happen. Like mirage waters cannot appear in the night. Come on, I was coming, it was so dark, but anyway, I saw a lot of mirage waters. To whom are you bluffing? Exactly the same way, this waking world is possible to be experienced only after body identification. So what should be the practice of knowledge? Work on this. So how to work on this? We all have to play different roles according to the conditioning that we are wearing. Now take the same example. I am telling you practice of knowledge. So if you are a son in front of your father, you play that role. How to play that role? Go and complain about your mother. Dad, I don't know how did you get married to her. You are so intelligent and couldn't you find anyone better? Immediately the father will be happy. And Dad, I want a motorcycle. Okay, better take it. हो गया. Then you go to mother. Play another trick. Mom, you are so much beautiful, so intelligent, and you could have gone to so many places, but you got stuck up in this ordinary chinch pokli. And she is also happy. Beta, what to do now? Anyway, mom, and get your work done. Then you are an ideal son, a successful son. Then you go before your son as a father. Then pretend you are listening, but don't listen. Because of your own experience. As you fooled your father, he will also fool you. Be aware. In this manner. But you are not telling the relation husband and wife. Oh, that is the simplest one. When the wife is talking, you should keep quiet. When she is quiet, you should not talk. Peace will prevail. Thus, you will play different roles, but you will not rolled up in any role. See? The whole problem of life can be solved only by the simple rule. Life is Ram Leela, Krishna Leela. You know, in the 15th chapter, only one shloka comes. Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishtaha mattaha spriti dhyanam apohanancha vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedyaha. So when I am explaining it somewhere in a lighter vein, I can't become serious. That is a serious problem. So I said, see, Bhagavan also said, Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishtaha. In everybody's heart, I am living as a desire for tea. Chaha means tea. So after my talk was over, one elderly, serious person, he said, Swamiji, what you talk about this? Where was the tea during Krishna's time? I said, there was. He said, how come? I said, I can prove. Do you know how many wives Bhagavan Krishna had? 8 wives were authentic. And 16,100. Do you know who were they? They were all, not gopis, they were all captivated by Banasur in Pragjotishpur, today's Guwahati. And he had taken a vow that unless I have something like 51,000 or 1 lakh girls together, then I will get married to them. And therefore he kept on accumulating the girls. And when so many of them came, they prayed to Bhagavan Krishna, oh Lord, please come and help us, please. Bhagavan is ready to help anybody. He went and relieved them from their prison. He said, now go to your houses. He said, no, we can't go. They will not accept us. Then what can I do? Now you relieved us, now get married to us. Bhagavan said, never mind, Aja. Now tell me, he whose 16,100 wives are from Assam, can he stay away from taking tea? Tell me. Therefore, not only he was taking tea, but he was bathing with tea water. Friends, life is only for expressing happiness. No other purpose. This is practicing knowledge. Stones and bricks have only existence. They only exist. Plants have some additional factor. There is life also. Existence plus life. Animals, one more factor. Existence, life and knowledge. If we stop there is no reason why we should be called as human beings. Then there has to be some additional factor. And that additional factor is you are happy. Therefore, we can live as human being only if we are an instrument through which happiness is expressed. And this is what the meaning of God realization according to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na Shochati Na Kankshati. See, Prasannatma doesn't mean joining the laughing club. All those people who joined the laughing club, they were frustrated throughout their life. And then at the end, toward the fag end of their life, they realize, yeah, I should also laugh once in a while. And they don't know how to laugh. Therefore, they go to learn how to laugh. And one youngster comes and put them around in a circle in the morning. When everybody is nicely sleeping, they will start, ha, ha, ha. That is not laughing. You know, there is a very simple principle. Those who think, they cannot laugh. And those who laugh, they don't think. Try to think and laugh simultaneously. You cannot. Therefore, all thinkers are as if they are consuming a handful of caterpillars. No. We are here only to express happiness. And what is happiness? No shochati. Don't bring your dirty past. No kankshati. Don't try to solve the non-existing problems. What is the worry? Many people ask, Swamiji, I don't know what is going to happen to this world. You don't know, enjoy. If you know, be prepared. Where is the place for worry? See, friends. Therefore, when we drop our past, when we don't worry about the future, that is called as prasannatma. Then that is called as happiness. See, friends. Our Swami has described this ego in his morning lecture. What is ego? A mule carrying the burden of total possessions and relations on his back throughout life. That mule is called as ego. See? You must have seen throughout India these days, they have got 2 kinds of pots, these garbage cans. One they call dry garbage, wet garbage. Sukha kachra or gila kachra. You know what is sukha kachra? Dry garbage, possessions. And wet garbage, relations. Try to talk about your life without reference to any possession and any relation. Try to talk. This is practice of knowledge. See? But we being Indian, like wherever I go, the same question. Swamiji, when were you born? Why were you born? But whether it was a normal delivery or a cesarean. There is no need to know anything about anybody in this world. Everybody has got the same story. Nothing new. And you see, those people write autobiography of a Dumbo. And what they write only about the waker. Our life is not only waker. Includes dreamer, deep sleeper and samadhi. When you draw conclusions on incomplete data, it cannot be valid. Life must include the waker, the dreamer, the deep sleeper and samadhi person, four of them. But we write, I was born on 31st April. One girl asked me this question. Swamiji, please tell me, what is your date of birth? I want to send you a greeting card. But everybody told you never tell. But I know you will tell me. I said, yes, I'll tell you. I love you so much. But then I said, don't tell anybody. Promise? Swamiji, I will not tell anybody. And I told her. She went to her mother. Mom, you said he is not telling, but he told me. But he told me also, don't tell anybody. But you are after all my mother. I had to tell you. See, the child, innocent. And then she said, Swami told me this is his birthday. Oh, do you know? 31st April never comes. Wow, he cheated me. Okay, I'll also cheat him. She wrote a greeting card. Dear Swamiji, happy birthday to you, whenever it is. And then, lovingly yours. Guess who am I? And name and address. At this moment, you are divine. You cannot be happy yesterday. You cannot be happy tomorrow. Whenever you are happy, you are nobody. You are here. You are divine. This is practice of knowledge. See? And it doesn't require anything. This is the meaning of yoga according to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sannitam. When the miseries come in our life, we refuse to be miserable. An ability to be happy in spite of everything is called as yoga. And how to practice it? Nishchena yoktavyaha. You decide that I shall never be miserable. Then what will happen to misery? Make others miserable. You should not happen. But Swamiji, this is very bad. Why should we make others miserable? My dear, if you are happy, you can never make anybody miserable. A miserable person never likes a happy person. One lady in Delhi, after my lecture, I was talking how to be happy like that. She became so angry after the lecture came as if holding my collar. Therefore, I don't have collar to me. And she said, you are teasing us, be happy, be happy. Get married and show how to be happy. Meaning what? Marriage is a certificate to be miserable. Tatastu. Don't justify you are miserable. That is practice of knowledge. And how this starts? With simple practice. Just play what it is like being other than the body. I am not taking the remaining four. They should be enough for the class. What it is like being other than the body. Start working on it. I am other than this handkerchief. What does it mean? The color of the handkerchief is not my color. If some dirty thing is wiped with this, it is not wiped with me. Exactly. If I am not the body, what does it mean? What is the burden of this statement? Then I start working. What is the body? Body has a shape, a form. Okay. Now, if I am not the body, what does it mean? What it is like being other than the body means without any shape, without any form. Now find out, is there anything in this world which is without shape, without form? Of course, the space is without shape, without form. Now start playing space, space. See? What is space? Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayantyapaha, na shoshayati marutaha. Space cannot be cut by the earth, can't be wet by the waters, can't be burned by the fire, can't be dried by the air. In the same manner, none of the worldly things can ever influence me. And space is not opposed to any content. So, what is our practice of knowledge? We are not opposed to anything, but we don't hold on to anything. Friends, this you don't have to do. This is our nature. Unopposed, illuminator, not getting influenced by all that is illumined. This we don't have to do. It is so. Like my eyes are illuminating all colors and all forms. They are not against any color and any form. Red color is good. Yellow, yellow, dirty fellow. No. For the vision, there is no differentiation for any color, any form. And yet, the vision is not attached to anything. So what you have to do to achieve this? Nothing. In the same manner, to be other than the body, we don't have to do anything. This disease of doing sadhana is destroying us. Only by proper understanding, problems are never solved. By proper understanding, they are dissolved. You can solve the problems if they are. If there is no problem, how can you solve them? See, friends, now multiply this example. It is with one sense organ, with all the sense organs. Ears, whether it is the Ramanam or it is the braying of a donkey, it makes no difference to the ears. Similarly, the mind, whether holy thoughts or unholy thoughts, makes no difference to the mind. Similarly, the conscious reality that we are, whether it is waking of the waker, dream of the dreamer, deep sleeper of the deep sleeper, and samadhi for the samadhi sleeper, it makes no difference. They come and go. Even if you want, you cannot be miserable. Whether you want or you don't want, you are divine. You don't have to become divine. See, whether you know or you don't know, you are divine. You are imposing divinity on us. I'm sorry, you are. It is something like a man can become husband, but a husband can never become a man. Why? He is already a man. He doesn't have to become. In the same manner, we don't have to become divine. We became jiva, we became soul, we became body. All that you just discard, and there you are. See, friends, the more you work on this, slowly you'll discover one day mind cannot survive without these two parameters. One is name, second is form. Normally we understand the world in a very limited manner. Like in the uh, one of the texts, Drisha Vivek, it is said that Asti Bhati Priya Nama Rupa iti Panchamshakam Adyatrayam Brahma Rupam Jagad Rupam Tatodvayam. Name and the form is the world. Form is outside. Name is in me. This Mike doesn't know that his name is Mike. I know. Therefore, where is the world? World is not only outside, it is inside also. And our association with the name is so much that we become one with the name and become miserable. And therefore, then I want to go and donate something, and then I'd say, I will donate, but my name should be there. Once I went to Vrindavan. In many places, Bhagwan Krishna's Leela Sthalis are there. So one place they told that local person, Swamiji, if you get your name written on a marble stone and fix it here, it will be a great thing. I said, okay, get it done. It will cost only 2,500 rupees. I said, okay, pay for me. No problem. He said, no, you will have to pay. I said, no, I don't pay. Then he said, look here, when your name is written on the stone, and then when somebody comes and steps on that stone, his all merit, punya, will be transferred to you. I said, by Bluetooth? There also corruption. He has done the merit, and I am taking it away only by stepping on him. No. Then I told him, the one who is writing, that artist doesn't know whose name is this. The stone doesn't know whose name is this. The other person steps on that, he also doesn't know whose name is this. How can it happen? He said, "Theek hai, chale jao." He got frustrated. See, friends, therefore, the real practice of knowledge is happiness. Don't justify you are miserable. You should not under any condition. There will be somebody ask you by mistake, how are you? Don't tell the truth. This again I learned from you. I told you are all my gurus. I learned. In one Punjabi house I went in Delhi. And I did a mistake. That old lady, must be about 80, 90. That time I was very young. So I said, Mama, how are you? Oh, Swamiji, you are come, please sit down. No, I can't run away from her. I had to take food in her house. So I sat there and she started. This morning when I got out of my bed, my ankle got twisted. It was so painful and the pain started migrating and her description was so live, I started feeling pain more. Don't tell your miseries to anybody under any condition. If somebody does this mistake, how are you? You fire. I am on the top of the world. But then the world should carry that meaning. How are you? I am on the top of the world. Not like that. It should carry the meaning. Why our words do not make impact on others? Because they are not carrying the meaning what we say. See, friends, our words come from the lips. They should come from the heart. It makes a lot of difference. This is how the knowledge is practiced. Nirvana moha. And then other things which are supporting. Jidasanga dosha. Don't eat dosha. Eat only idli. Then Adhyatma Nitya. Always observe the quality of your mind. Before we do anything, mind must be at peace. When all activities are conducted, they should be conducted peacefully. When the job is over, you are still relaxed. Adhyatma Nitya. The highest commodity the most valuable commodity in the whole universe is our peace of mind. Don't bargain it for anything in this world. See? Vinivritta Kama. If we have to write our biography, what we will write? Right from childhood till date, we have been struggling unsuccessfully to fulfill all our desires. And yet, desires are not fulfilled. They can't be fulfilled. We have to rise above, transcend the desire. Then the Dvandvar Vimukta Sukha Dukkha Sangai. The world is made up of the complementary opposites. I am taking 2-3 minutes more. Is it okay?
Yes, yes.
Where is the boss? So,
Until 6 o'clock.
Dvandvar Vimukta Sukha Dukkha Sangai means what? This world is made up of complementary things. They are not opposed to each other. Many a time, Dvandva is translated as pairs of opposite. I do not like their translation. Health is meaningful because of the disease. Life is meaningful because of the death. Riches are meaningful because of the poverty. Knowledge is meaningful because of the stupidity. The Acharya is meaningful because of the disciples. If you all disappear, will I talk to the chairs or what? So the whole world is made up of these complementary opposites. And if this is the fabric of this world, the only way is accept gracefully. Don't try to change the world. But again, Hamidi, this world is so bad. Why this world is bad? I said, look here, when the world was not like this. In Satya Yuga, there used to be Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. In Treta Yuga, Ravan Kumbhakarna. Then in Dwapar Yuga, Duryodhan, Dushasan and Kamsa. In Kali Yuga, we are all there. What is the new thing? This world has always been like this, a thing new. But we become so serious in this world. Therefore, how to deal with the world? Accept the world as it is. The simplest way of to be extremely happy is give yourself zero choice. More the choice you give yourself, more miserable you are. Lesser the choice you give, less miserable you are. Don't give any choice, you are happiest. See, you go in your Western countries, USA, etc. There are not wardrobes, there are walk-in wardrobes. You walk in and get lost, bar, cars and and then there are so many saris. Sari means actually sorry. They are all of them hanging. And once you go into that chakra view, then you waste time. Should I put on this? No. And by the time is over. Oh, gone. Because you give more choice. Look at us, Babaji. Go to temple, the same thing. Go to bathroom, the same thing. Go, somebody died, the same thing. Somebody get married, the same thing. No choice. Real spiritual practice is don't give yourself any choice. See, friends. That is the practice of knowledge. When all these things are put together, it is called as Gachanti Amudhaha. And when we thus get rid of this delusion of our life's understanding, that Avyam Padam, then only we discover our divine nature. And once it is known, it never falls back. Because that which is gained through practice will be lost. For example, we do the practice of chanting regularly and you don't do for a few days, you get lost. But we have learned swimming or riding a bicycle only once in our lifetime. We never forget that. See? Because we have not learned by mind. The balance is never lost. Exactly the same way. Only once in a lifetime, we have to just click it. Spiritual awakening is like a click. And therefore, it can't be told it is like this or like that. And therefore, all the language of contradiction comes. Anya devatat viditat atha aviditat adi. What is the truth is never told. Once I was in South Africa, and we had a retreat in the Shepherd's, what is the Holy Shepherd's Retreat Center. And there was one white person, Mac or somebody, he also happened to come and listen. It is free. So after the lecture, we used to go for a walk. He used to come and used to ask me very irritating and irritating questions. And every question I used to tell him a story. I am not short of stories. So I used to tell him a story. First day, second day. Third day, he came and he saw others coming doing namaskar. He also did namaskar. He said, you are Jesus for me. I kept quiet. Because on that Sermon of the Mountain, whatever he told was only in the form of parables and stories. You replied all my questions only through the parables and stories. Therefore, you are my Jesus. I said, please don't crucify me. You can do anything, Baba. Don't do that. And therefore, the stories are told. So when it is said, what is the truth? First, na tatra chakshur gachi vagjati, all that. Ultimately, anyat eva viditat aviditat. So find out what is known to you. I know Gujarati. Then Paramatma is not Gujarati. I don't know Bengali. Paramatma is not also Bengali. So, effects are known, cause is not known. Other than cause and effect. The more we go deeper into this, then you come to discover the last principle I am telling you. We are essentially unopposed to anything. This unopposed experience is our divine nature. Like, what is on my palm? A handkerchief. Now I remove it. Now there is no handkerchief. That means everything in this world we recognize in the form of is and is not. Asti nasti pratyay. Now, can we apply the same way about our being? Do we have the experience that I am not? If I am not, experience is not possible. Is it necessary to say I am? Then keep your mouth shut. Therefore, chitram vatataror mule vruddha shishya gurur yuva gurostu maunam vyakhyanam shishyastu chinna. All disciples are destroyed because he doesn't accept himself to be guru. See, friends, thus we are here only to express happiness. And if we fail to do that, Bhagavan gives us a choice. Either you change or I will change. If we don't change, he says, never mind. It is my mistake that I created you as a human being. Next life, go to a donkey's body and eat newspaper. Because the human donkeys read newspaper and the original donkeys eat newspaper. Discover your blissful nature and be a source of happiness to all around you. Ananda deva kalpimani bhutani jayante anandena jatani jivanti. We are not the expression of a frustrated God. He created this world only for a time pass. Nothing to achieve in this world. Nothing to lose. This is the first principle Gita tells. Sukha dukkhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhayo yujjasva naivam papam avapsasi. Whatever you do, either you will be victorious or defeated. If you are victorious, you gain. Defeated, you lose. If you gain, you are happy. If you lose, you are miserable. Same krutva. Be equanimous to them. Then why to do that? Time pass. Like why we all have come here? Time pass. Friends, this is the highest spiritual practice. Lead your life as a time pass. See, friends. And once you adopt this principle, you will never be bored. You will never be trying to prove something to somebody. You will never try to achieve anything in this life. And the ultimate is, you will not become extraordinary. Real spiritual evolution is remaining commoner than the commonest. Drop all the extra, including fat. But I like fatty people. This I learned from one man. I happened to go to one crematorium. Not for myself. For somebody. And that poor body was burning. He asked me, my friend, Swamiji, how much time it will take the body to be burned fully? I said, I have no experience. Any question people can ask at him. Any question. Then he said, I can tell you. He will take at least 2 hours. I said, how do you know? You don't know. I said, no. See, if a man is fat, he has got a built-in fuel and therefore he burns quickly. If somebody is only bony, requires a lot of fuel and takes a lot of time. And therefore, for your posthumous comfort, be fatty. Don't become bony. When you become bony, when you are alive, you are miserable. And when you die, you are still miserable. Have you seen any fatty person miserable? Never. He is never irritated, agitated. Because there are no rough corners. Smooth all around. This is the meaning of Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.